Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day, taking a quick look here at Injective, seeing what's going on. We're going to double check a few things. We've got to update our fib levels, of course, kind of see where we're at in the overall sense of things. We'll pull up some backend data too with liquidation and confirm generally what the situation might look like. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. And just quick congrats again to our community members. Some awesome trades here with Injective. That's why I'm getting so many requests for this here. What was it? We took 76% in 5 days for our fourth profit target. So I guess the question is, do we want to open a new long? Do we want to take any shorts? Because we've got a file short, ocean short, and a fetch.ai short open right now, all averaging about 30 to 40%. So good little stuff going on right now. We can see a strong point of control here right there at $48.60. Secondary to that, or that is a secondary. Primary is roughly about $41. We talked about that. That's actually where we got into our trade previously at about the $41 mark. So the question is it going to come back down, right? That's the question I get a lot. So let's find out and see what's going on, folks. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. Just a reminder, I do have a Trading Academy community and signals group. Link down below for that if you're curious. We have a lot of new members. We are reaching our limit. So just keep in mind if there's no availability soon when you try to register, there will be eventually. It's just we always open up new slots monthly. However, looking at this here, $40 is a heavy concentration liquidation, 45 is a secondary to that, and then of course we got a lot of shorts at 53.30. So this is not like a surprising situation by any stretch, but the amount of longs to be liquidated here if the price drops is a lot. So please understand, this is dangerous territory if you're in a long. Obviously, I hope you had secured profits by now. But again, we kind of sort of have a double top pattern here that doesn't necessarily always play out, but statistically, we are more likely to see that happen. So let's double check a few things first. Daily time frame. So I think I got an alert here for a consideration for, I think that was a consideration for a short. I'm going to re-update that here after we review this here today. Again, if you have old alerts, folks, don't just jump in blindly to whatever previous analysis you had, unless it's like a massively large macro analysis, it's like a spot bag. Do yourself a favor and make sure you reanalyze before you jump right in. So taking a look here, we can see we're above all moving averages. And to quickly clarify, this previous support level at about $39 is a heavy concentration of liquidation. Sorry, correction, heavy concentration of support. But we see here $40 is that liquidation level. So you can kind of see a correlation, right? Heavy support levels, heavy amount of liquidation. It's basically just where people put the most amount of support, or that they put, they know that that's a support level based on volume. So in general, they're going to put their liquidation there, or their stop loss will be there too. So generally what we're looking at. Anyways, reaffirming $40 is a strong support. Between here and there, there's a lot of movement though, a lot of potential for downside. We got about 20% between here and there. So the question here is it going to continue lower? Well, we see the current doji candle forming right now. That's typically not a great sign, right? When you open and close at the same time and try to break more recent highs, but you basically have it's like a reverse, bearish engulfing candle. It's basically a bad sign, right? So that's not a good look on a candle. We close at 48.50 or lower today. That could be a sign that we want to see the price continue lower, or we will. Stochastic is swinging up. Again, it's been swinging up for a few days because of this large momentous trend. So I don't trust stochastic RSI on the daily when we have massive candles like that. Truth is, smaller time frames tell us more, but we're getting close to 50 on the RSI, 50 on the money flow index, implying money's flowing away from this coin. Big surprise, we've seen 2 strong red days. We can also see RSI is essentially hanging out about 63. So these are all cool things in the sense of the price being more likely to drop than increase, but it's not cool if you are in a long position. Sorry, I'm using double negatives. Let me clarify a little better on our smaller time frames here. So we're above the 20-day SMA, still a positive sign, right? The simple moving averages are beneficial, letting us know kind of what trend lines we're in, right? So if we kind of just draw this out, you can see it almost exactly concurrent with the 20-day SMA. So if we kind of pull this out here, kind of look at this and kind of think, well, is the price going to go any further? Well, it could very well go down soon if we break this ascending trend line, right? But we're right there at the volume support too. So 48.50 is a strong amount of support. A lot of people say don't short at support, which I would agree in most cases, but if you have other confirming factors, you should. We took some nice healthy profits from Filecoin in the last 24 hours, mainly because we shorted at support. A lot of people said it wasn't a good idea. Truth is it was, because we had other contributing factors, right? So again, I get it. You probably don't want to just short right now because of where it's at. But the truth is, support levels are more likely to break the more often you test them, and we're seeing right now a significant retest this range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times the price hasn't broken through. How many times have we tried to retest this level up here? Only twice, right? Which is more likely to break? This guy, because we keep smashing it over and over and over again, right? So again, a lot of volume here, of course, that makes perfect sense. A lot of support. People feel like this is a good value. But is it really, though? Let's see. First of all, we have money flow index above the price action, or the RSI rather. That's a good sign in most cases, but they're both coming down, right? So we got rejected the second attempt here by 70 in the RSI. That reaffirms we have a resistance level here. Even though the first attempt, of course, wasn't a clean break, it was essentially reaffirmed here. In other words, when you see RSI at 70 getting rejected concurrent with a retest of another high, that's kind of a recipe for the price action continuing in the opposite direction. Okay, so basically this implies we had parallel highs here on the chart, but we had lower highs here as well. You could argue that's a bullish divergence. That's a conversation for another day because we're not there yet. That's future stuff. But what I'm getting at here is we have a lot of reasons why the price could and should continue lower. We have a pretty strong MACD divergence here after an initial MACD-FU. Okay. That MACD-FU occurred because the price came down here to test support, came up, got rejected hard at that level, and now it's back down again. Okay. A lot of this hinges on Bitcoin pulling back in the last 7 to 10 hours, right? So you got to keep in mind, Bitcoin opened pretty weak today. We went from 73.5 to 70,000. So that has a lot to do with this. So don't get it twisted that Injective is just dumping for no reason. It's dumping because the market's moving in a downward direction. But we're having trouble closing above 71K on Bitcoin. And if we close below 71K, that could be a strong consideration for a short, and in turn, maybe a short for a coin like this. Let's take a quick look at the hourly and double check a couple things and see where we're at. Ichimoku Cloud, see, we're still in good shape, right? This is not terrible or dire straits. But what I can tell you, though, is it's not fantastic, right? Conversion line on the baseline, they're pretty much arguing right now, trying to see who's winning. So when those are just kind of getting close, I prefer not to take a trade. We can see the same thing here as well with lagging span. It's just kind of muddled here in the price action. And we're well above the cloud here still, okay? So even though we're honoring this descending trend line, and if we break below the trend lines, you would think that would be a call for a short. Truth is, you'll still be within the cloud if you do that. It'd be much better to wait an extra 12 hours to consider shorting here. So I know, I just said a 4-letter word, right? Waiting or wait. You got to be patient. I know those are tough things that your ears are probably bleeding hearing that, but I can tell you it's probably the best thing you can ever do for yourself. There's a reason why I take less trades and have high consistency, because I'm patient. It's okay. I mean, not everyone likes that. Some people like to beat their head against the wall and consistently get in and out of the market and, have $600 profit here and then $300 or $400 losses here and there. Like, I don't really care for that, right? So why not wait and be patient, find the conditions you're looking for, instead of trying to FOMO in before it gets too crazy. Now, keep this in mind. Bitcoin dumps right now, all this doesn't matter because the price is going to drop anyways, right? But just say Bitcoin ends up behaving and then this coin ends up looking like it wants to ramp back up and take off. You're going to be sorry that you took a short too early. It's just a little premature in my personal opinion. Again, we don't have any consideration for longs or shorts. I need you to recognize that. We're in that gray area, and you do not take a trade when you're in a transition. A lot of coins are transitioning right now because we're mostly bullish in the market. Bitcoin's showing a little bit of weakness. And once that occurs, we've had multiple reattempts of an ascending trend line on Bitcoin. Today was like the 3rd or 4th time it retested. We break that trend line, there's a strong chance we're going to open up the floodgates for some altcoins to drop. And injective coins like this that are super profitable are going to drop first because they have a lot of meat on the bone. All right. Anyways, there's a reason why we took healthy profits on this coin. Injective 76% in 5 days, AVAX 82% in 4 days. Those are the coins that we're going to probably see get hit the hardest here soon. Because again, they're overinflated and they've been overinflated for a while now. Anyways, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I'm basically just saying that this is not a perfect scenario. This ascending trend, once we lose it, we want to pay close attention and see where we're at. If we can close below the cloud in the next 24 hours, I would say it might be pretty safe to say the price is going to go down. In other words, the price literally just goes sideways for the next 24 to 40 hours. A short anywhere between 50 and 48 would seem appropriate to me. Okay. Again, we wanted to reevaluate at the time, but there's a lot of reasons why a short might be a consideration. Okay. So again, don't short yet. Just consider that I'm leaning more towards that in the relative near future. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. I'm sorry if I used too many words that might not have made sense, or just generally speaking, kind of spinning the wheel, so to speak. It might sound like I'm trying to convince myself one way or the other. Truthfully, I'm trying to convince myself not to take a trade at any given time. And I think you should do that too. Get in the habit of trying to not force a trade. I mean, there's going to be Tom, Dicks, and Harrys online showing how amazing they are with their 500% returns. Don't listen to that. The reason why I say that is because that causes you to FOMO in and to feel like you're missing out. FOMO, it doesn't matter. Anyways, conversation for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Injective, please trade them on Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. Link down below to register. No KYC or VPN. Make sure you register for this event too. You have to log in and essentially just click the link. And if you do, you'll be eligible. We need 30 people. We've got 10 so far. Okay? Register by March 27th. It'll be really awesome. $10,000 prize pool amongst 30 people. It'll be really cool. Check it out. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.